So here we are today. We've just parked the bike at the Australian Armour and Artillery Museum. So it was my birthday the other day, and we are going to drive a tank. So I'm looking forward to driving a tank. Care of my lovely partner Fabian, organising this fun activity.
It's going to be a rather fun activity. Apparently we're going to be in a Humvee, so hopefully we'll do some water crossings and maybe some breachings and things like that. So
okay, well, I'm looking.
Maybe it's even got a machine gun or something on the turret. Who knows? But yeah, inside the tank museum we can fire a couple of guns. I think an old 303, and there's a few other guns that you can fire. So we might go into the shooting gallery and fire off a few rounds.
Alrighty, cool. All right, well, hopefully we get to do a bit of videoing when we get in there. Okay, so we're just in the foyer. As you can see, there's your typical kind of souvenir stuff, which is really cool. I'm also going to be shooting a rifle as part of the experience as well. I think I'll be riding in a Humvee, which is really cool as well. I'm just showing you some things in display at the moment. But we'll come back, and there's a massive museum here, so looking forward to checking that out as well after the ride. So this is the museum. It's massive. So we're going to take a more detailed look at this a little bit later. But there is some amazing tanks here. So I can't wait to come back and have a really good look. Oh, so this is the track where the Humvee ride's going to be. I'm looking forward to it. Check this out. This is what Fabi and I are about to get in. Looks like a bit of fun. They have different vehicles that you can ride in depending on the time of the week and what's available. So today it's a Humvee.
So it gets a little bit bumpy, a little bit rattly at the back. There is that one water crossing that we go through a few times, so you will get a bit of splash come over the top. Let's see how we go.
Cool. Oh, here we go. I asked if I should put a seatbelt on, and apparently no one can hear me scream, so no seatbelt required. Oh, here we go. So this is a Russian T-45/55 medium tank. Not a large tank, a medium tank. In service from 1946 till present. It's just phenomenal seeing one in real life, because I really haven't seen a tank in its true size, and it is absolutely phenomenal. The amount of work, and I can also imagine the amount of money spent on these. This is a British Chieftain main battle tank. Amazing. And here we have a US Army tank. As you can see, this facility is massive. It is extraordinarily huge to be able to house all of these tanks. Oh, wow. This is a US M47 Patton medium tank in service 1952 to 1960s. Some landing guns here. Russian 76mm divisional gun. Look at this, another Russian tanker with a missile on the back. Oh God, when you see this in person, you really understand how big these missiles can be. It's just phenomenal. What can I say? Oh, look at that. I don't even have enough camera to fit it all in. Oh, look at that. For those of you interested in tanks and military armour and the like, if you're in Cairns, you have to visit here. This is just unbelievable. Again, you know, we stumbled across this, well, kind of. Really didn't understand how wonderful, in terms of the history, or military history, this place is. Whether you agree with war or not, I certainly don't. I believe in peace. But this is part of our history, unfortunately. This is where a lot of the world's taxes have gone across the world for so many wars. I often think, imagine if we put that money into other things, even though the technology here is phenomenal. I wonder what kind of a world we would have, eh? Look at the inside in here. Okay. Wow. I need to find out what this one is. Okay, this is a Russian BMP-1 infantry fighting vehicle. Just going to pan out a little bit so you can see the length of it. It's a lot bigger than I think it looks on my phone. Wow, in service from 1966 till present. Oh, it's unbelievable. Like I said, if you're in far north Queensland, Cairns, you've got to come and see this. This is just really, really interesting. whether you're into military vehicles or not. Doesn't really matter. I think it should be, everyone should come along and see this. It is quite spectacular.
Workers would get their trams from Khimki and go into Moscow to work. So when they get to Khimki, the Germans are very well behaved for Germans, because they're generally very badly behaved in Russia. They have a look around and then they leave. These guys were 8 kilometres from Moscow and 20 kilometres from the Kremlin. And they didn't see a single Russian soldier on their drive out to Khimki. So,
Would have got the machine gun now?
that machine gun used to be on that tank, Panzer I. The Panzer I was intended as a training tank. In World War II, the Germans were the only their commanders head and shoulders out of the turret. You see that? He was head and shoulders out of the turret, and you see that. So this guy is on the horizon. Not too bad. That much. What was
Apparently this is a very rare vehicle, the German Jägerpanzer tank destroyer. It's huge.
This tank was at Normandy with the 12th SS Panzer Division in D-Day. And saw service at Normandy, was damaged and repaired, and then in the Battle of the Bulge in December 1944, it was in the Battle of the Bulge. So when this tank had a design flaw, the gun mantlet is round, so if a shell hits the lower part of the gun mantlet, it would get deflected into the lower deck. And then the deck is the weakest part of the tank.
What are we talking about there, Paul?
So the Tiger tank is the only tank that has a pop song written for it. Pink Floyd, in their The Wall album, have a song called The Day the Tigers Broke Free. Right at the beginning, because the main character's father is killed by Tiger tanks in Italy. So this tank is, they've got sheds up back where they work on tanks, they restore them. So this Tiger tank is a genuine Tiger tank. Everything on it is a genuine Tiger tank. But this Tiger tank never rolled off the production line. This is a collection of Tiger tank parts which have been put together.
Wow.
And one of the people that did my tour said, so it's a Frankenstein tank? And I said, yes it is. This one was really just psychologically terrified everyone. So the Panther was a good tank, but the Tiger is the one that has the reputation.
Why was it so terrible?
Because it had face-hardened front armour and it was very hard to penetrate. So there's a battle that takes place in July 43 called the Battle of Kursk. And if you go into any bookshop and pick up a history book of the war on the Eastern Front, it will talk about Kursk as being the site of the biggest tank battle in history. And until about 20 years ago, everyone agreed with that. And then a British historian started looking at, he found Luftwaffe photos of what had happened at Kursk. And he discovered that it was a lie. So a Tiger tank at the Battle of Kursk in 1943, one was hit 227 times in 6 hours and it was still operational. I imagine the crew had headaches, but and were possibly a little stressed out. So face-hardened armour. Now, the British, when they captured the one in Tunisia, discovered the face hardening is only very thin. So most shells, when they hit, break up. So the shell hits, shatters, end of story. The British, knowing that the thickness of the face hardening was so narrow, developed what were called armour-piercing capped shells. So they put extra hardening on the tip of their shell so that it could get through that first bit. When it got through the first bit, it could destroy the tank.
So we were just listening to a lovely tour guide called Paul, and could listen to him all day. He's got an immense understanding or knowledge of the history of war, battles between different countries, the Russians, the Germans, World War I, II, etc. I'm actually just standing on a platform here, so I'm getting a little bit of a high-level view of this section. And this is the top view of this particular tank, the Tiger. Just wow. There is just so much to see here. You could spend 3-4 hours here. And it is apparently the largest exhibition of tanks and military equipment of this type in the southern hemisphere. And it's growing. It's just packed. You can just see how large this place is. It's absolutely never ending. It's really quite impressive.
Open up the bolt, pull it to the rear. Thanks, bag. Right, 10 more to go. So push the bolt forward again. Yeah, that's it. That's it. No, that's it.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's loaded, yeah.
Laying down on the bench for me. Oh, fuck. That's a good little gun. Alright, we'll just wait for her to catch up.
Empire's one of these.
Yep. Excellent. Back. And just lay it down on the bench. Alright folks, just take your helmet protection off, hang it back up on the hooks there.
Well, what did you think of that?
Yeah, I could do that all day. Oh, check out my my shooting score.
Well, you're a crack shot.
Oh, you know.
Jeez. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to make you angry.
How do we go?
Look at that. That's a crack shot.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
It's really got a few in the tank.
Wow.
Hey.
You felt it?
Yeah. That's impressive. So how was your birthday?
Pretty good.
Thanks, mate.
No worries.
Awesome fun. So what's really interesting is that they have an Oz Armour Fest around August every year, roughly. And if you check out ozarmour.com, I'm going to get really close to this, you can find out a lot more about the exhibition that's coming up. But these vehicles, which have the orange sticker, are the vehicles that can be ridden during this massive Oz Armour Fest in August. So for those of you who are interested, these vehicles are going to be vehicles that people can potentially ride in during that massive exhibition. And I think it's somewhere outdoor. I don't have all the details, but again, have a look at ozarmour.com. There's a YouTube channel for them as well. It'll give you all the details of what happens on that massive event. I think I'll be going. I think we'll be going. Shall we be going to that event?
The Panda is also in the ride fest.
What?
Oh my God.
No, let's have a look.
Right in a German Panzer.
No. Okay, let's have a look. You're right. So this is another vehicle that can be ridden. This is another vehicle that can be ridden during the
Part of
fest.
the ride fest.
Here you go. Oh my goodness. Wow. I think we may be going to that one.
This here, the half track, the German half track, that's part of the ride fest as well.
Which one? Show me.
It's amazing how many vehicles they have as part of the air.
So they're all, well, not all, but all these vehicles with the orange notification are working vehicles, which will be
And it's interesting.
driven.
A Stalingrad survivor.
Well, there you go. So something else to really consider if you're around Cairns at that time and this takes your fancy or rocks your boat. Yeah, pop it in your diary, check it out.
So we've had an absolutely fabulous day here at the Tank Museum in Cairns. It's apparently one of the largest private tank collections in the world, apparently in the Southern Hemisphere, I believe.
Southern Hemisphere, yeah.
Just amazing, absolutely amazing the amount of money that goes into war. I say to myself, if it could only be put into humanitarian work, what a wonderful world this would be. But having said that, the technology that then comes back into our lives from all of this technology is absolutely amazing. So yeah, what can we say? We had some time down in the shooting gallery. Sue managed to fire a few shells down range. Amazingly accurate she was. So I fear for my life if I do something wrong.
No, we had a great day. We want to definitely recommend coming down to this amazing display in Cairns. So hopefully you've enjoyed our video. It's like only a bit of what's here. This place is massive. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you take some time to come along and check out this amazing exhibition.